Yo, this is a little late, but this is my winter 2025 animes that I watched. I watched, I think, nine, but I'll do seven here because I already did Ganosia and Shibo Yugi. Uh, I wish I could give each one their own, but kind of lazy and should have done this when they all ended like a couple weeks ago. But I watched Medalist, Wash It All, Tamon's B side, You and I Are Polar Opposites, Oshinoko Season 3, Free Run Season 2, and then Sentenced to be a Hero. Those are all the ones I watched for winter 2025. Um, this will probably be short because I don't remember anything. I have boomer memory. Um, but I guess I have Medalist pulled up, all my screenshots of it. So I guess I'll talk about Medalist first. It was pretty enjoyable. I enjoyed Medalist a lot. The manga is fantastic. I read the manga when it first came out, and I think it's extremely pretty. Uh, and I'm looking forward towards the movie that they're releasing this next arc. I'm really looking forward to that. Um, but Medalist, I think I give it a solid eight. Would I recommend it? I definitely recommend it after you watch season one, obviously, but I'd recommend watching it. It's pretty short. It ended really quickly, but it was enjoyable nonetheless. Um, what is it? Sorry, I don't have anything off the top of my head because I'm watching all the new seasons now, and all those are like fresh in my mind. Um, but Inori and I forget the coach's name. Uh, Tsukasa. Tsukasa and Inori's like back and forth is always fun to watch. Um, the the skating the skating competition in the beginning for like I forget how much of the skating portion took up the how much the competition portion took up for this part of the anime, but that was also enjoyable. I enjoyed watching those routines. It actually has gotten me into watching ice skating for like Olympics and stuff like that. But yeah, sorry, I'm not doing this anime any good. It's been a solid minute. Um, but seeing everybody like work hard on something. I mean, these guys are like dedicated to their craft, and it's always nice like seeing the what do you call it? Like drive, motivation, and there's like the emotions that come with it, like winning, losing, all that stuff. Um, and then there was that one scene. There was that one particular scene where uh, was it Tsukasa? He has like because he got into ice skating late. I don't know much about ice skating. Um, all I know is from how it's portrayed here. Um, but I guess it's a lot different compared to like I don't know, like an instrument or something like that. Because I play music, or I used to play music. I played piano and violin, and with like ice skating, I suppose there. I mean, it was kind of emphasized in the first season, and I think this season sort of. But basically, like getting in late means like you're kind of screwed over, right? So like somebody like Tsukasa has difficulty like going pro essentially. And I guess that's kind of similar to like chess where it's like after a certain age of like getting into it, it's kind of difficult to be a grandmaster question mark. I may be just completely wrong, and there's probably like outliers, or there are probably people who have entered like a thing late and have like succeeded really well in it. But at least that's the would you call it preconception that I have? That's like the preconception that I have of for ice skating at least. And then there's that one scene where I forget what the prefecture they were going to, but when they were going to, I guess this is spoilers, but when they were going to fix Inori's jump because she got like, uh, all that stuff beforehand when she was learning to jump, and then Tsukasa was doing that, like pole fishing thingy, and then she fell, or he fell, and he like broke ribs or whatever, and she was trying to get, or he was trying to get her confidence back. But it was kind of like reciprocal because on that drive where it's like nighttime and they're like both sleepy or whatever, and they're like saying the back and forth of there was that one thing that the one thing I remember most was when uh Tsukasa is carrying Inori's back to the car, and then she says, uh I forget the exact quote, but it's like maybe your body is like hot because it was meant to be on the ice rink, um, or something like that. I butchered the quote, but it's like uh, it's really sentimental, and it really shows that like I mean, not only that Inori cares about Tsukasa, but like as an adult, I mean, kids just say stuff or whatever, but some like I sorry, I don't know how to phrase this, but like kids say things and like they're more unfiltered or something like that, right? Like especially in IRL, you see that pretty often, or whatever. Um, they're more blunt, um, and well, I wouldn't say exactly that like that scene is blunt, but it's I mean, sorry, I'm like tripping over my words, but it's like sentimental. I already said that. Uh, you know what I mean? Like it's thoughtful, right? Um, and even if they shouldn't mean that or whatever, like it, you know, gave him something to whatever on, like boil or, uh, you know what I mean? Sorry, I can't. It's I do these late all the time. It's 12:31 a.m. and it's already 7 minutes in, and I'll just go to the next one. But Medalist season 2 was fun. I'm looking forward to season 3, or the movie. Wash It All Away. Uh, this one, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was fantastic. Honestly, I think it's like between a 6 or a 7. Um, for me personally, I feel like, I mean, I guess like if anybody's watching this for some reason, all these are just gonna be spoilers for the 7 initial animes that I said. So be warned, or future me who has lost my memories. Um, but for Wash It All Away, I thought it was okay. Um, there were a lot of things. I don't know how to describe it. Uh, the typically I don't feel this way about like I don't know how to describe this. Like if the premise of uh, an anime is like like Ruri no Kiseki no Hoseki, was it Ruri Rocks? Is that what it's called? Ruri no Hoseki. Um, for that one is like uh, I guess spoilers for this one too, by the way. For Ruri Rocks. Um, but for that one, it's like this is the one that I like kind of comparing in my head with that one, but I try not to compare. But it's like the best analogy I can, like best anime I can think of right now with Wash It All Away. Um, but typically, I feel like I guess this one maybe my expectations are wrong, um, because I watched Rudy Rocks like the season before this. I think right. This is a season Ruby Rocks, and then this one came out, winter. Um, but I was kind of expecting to like learn about like washing clothes and or uh, not washing clothes, but like clothes management. And I mean, I guess it's not also just clothes, but like uh, book bags, uh, whatever, totes, etc. Like things, objects that need to be cleaned. Um, I guess I was expecting to learn a lot about that. And I mean, I did learn a little bit, but I was expecting maybe a lot more in volume. But that was that. And I guess it also kind of felt short, like each time they did it, which isn't bad, but that was like just one of the things. And then um, I'm not sure how to say it, but it didn't feel, to me personally, I didn't feel like there was a, I mean, she had amnesia, right? So she only remembers like the past 2 years. And I'm guessing this probably needs like another season to like actually explore that like amnesia thing, um, because it was like mentioned a couple of times and then it didn't really do much, question mark. Uh, but a lot of stuff I enjoyed. There were stuff I enjoyed, just like them, her interacting with like the locals and stuff like that. I really liked how, I mean, a lot of it was, would you call it, realistic, in the sense that like she was she was like trying to put her stuff on social media, and then freaking social media, um, and then I say social media. This is tangential, but I say social media because it feels like a lot of anime, or a lot of the animes that I've seen, um, and potentially like shows. I don't watch shows that much, like TV shows, television, like American television. I don't really watch that much. Um, but I'm not sure how you would say this. It feels like more meta, if that makes sense. Like things created now reference like things uh more easily now, if that makes sense, right? Like like the troubles of having to set up a social media in order to like advertise your store and all that stuff, and then like a random influencer like using your services and then your store suddenly blowing up, right? um I don't know if meta is the correct word to describe it, but it's like a real thing, right, that happens now. um and it's, I mean, it's been happening for like a couple of years now. uh but it's like interesting to me that like things created now have like referential things to like situations that happen now. And I'm not saying that this didn't happen in the past. Um, Obviously, there are like media that like portrays things in the past, like, or well, their present, our past. Um, but it feels like it's done more, like in quantity. And I feel like there was a couple other moments where that happened. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I feel like when I was watching this, there was a lot more left to be wanted. Um, Really, that's about it for me. Um, I still enjoyed it, but it's not. Oh, would I recommend it? Probably not, unless if like you're specifically looking to. I'm not sure what to how to phrase it, but I probably would not recommend uh, Wash It All the Way personally. Um, okay, next one's Tamon's B side. Uh, Tamon Kun Imadochi. Uh, my Japanese is still so horrible. I gotta keep practicing. Um, this one was surprisingly really good. Um, I don't think it was my cup of tea, uh, personally, but it was surprisingly good for not being my cup of tea. I think this sits between like a 7 and an 8 for me. So 7 to 8, that range. Uh, it was surprisingly well animated, for me at least. Um, there's I'm not sure how you call it, but it just I can't think of anything off the top of my head because it's been a solid minute since I watched it. But I just felt like it was really well animated, um, surprisingly. And then they had the voice actor. I don't remember her name, but I believe she's the voice actor for a lot of people. She's like really famous, really popular. The Seiyu. Uh, I think she voice acts the what's her name? The bug, the insect Hashira question mark from Demon Slayer. I think she does. Uh, Maybe I'm wrong, but uh, her voice acting was really fun. Um, this one was surprisingly fun. I keep saying surprisingly. I guess I kept watching this because I was like interested in how like uh, I guess this was more like female POV, right? I was more interested in how that goes or whatever because I don't really know much about like that industry. I don't know what you call this industry, like J-pop uh, idol groups, but like male question mark. I'm not sure what you call it. Uh, I remember there was a lot of stuff that I didn't know that like existed. Um, this like kind of goes back to the thing I was talking about earlier with the meta thing, where like things that exist now like are shown represented more now than in the past or whatever. Um, I've been reading anime or watching anime and reading manga for like the like 2013 2012. I gotta look up when I originally created uh my freaking account, um because I'm interested when I actually started watching and reading, uh but that's besides the point. I'll figure that out one day. um but I've been watching and reading for such a long time, but it wasn't until like 2023 when I went to Japan, and then I saw a lot of like stuff there, uh, and acrylic stands are like huge, and I didn't know that at all. Um, and then there's also what are these called? Those like little badges, those like pin bags or whatever, and then like people get like 20 or 30 of them and then put them in the bag. I thought that was really cool to see. That was the first time I saw that was going to uh, what's that called? Odaiba with the Gundam. And then I saw somebody. She had this like little thing. I don't even know what uh, the character was from, but that was the first time I saw that. Um, and I believe there were a couple instances in Taiwan's B side that has this. And then there's like the acrylics, and then there's like the shrines. I don't know if you call them shrines or whatever, but like the collectibles where they like place a bunch of their little acrylics of specific characters and stuff like that. And I didn't know that was a thing. Um, and I guess a lot of people do that because on I have a Twitter account where I follow a bunch of like just random people that talk about anime, um, and a lot of them like have these shrines where it's like it'll be their birthday, and then they'll take a photo of it, and they'll have like a little cake and stuff like that. Um, and that's kind of why I liked watching Tubman's B side because it was like stuff that I never knew existed being shown. Question mark. Um, I guess a lot of it is like not the focus though. The focus is obviously the like what's her name? Utage's Kinoshita's Kinoshita Kinoshita's relationship with Tamon and Ko. Um, but that was what I was focused on, which was a lot of the miscellaneous things. Sorry, I'm like scrolling through the images right now. I just kind of, yeah, it was just fun to watch. One day, I'm too lazy to edit, but maybe one day I'll like be able to put up all of the images. I need to shave, by the way, but I'm too lazy. This is the longest I've haven't shaved. Um, this is maybe 4 months, 3 months. No, it's like 2 months. It's like 2 months, 2 or 3 months. That's besides the point. It was fun. I enjoyed a lot of the faces, the like facial expressions from the characters. Uh, there's like a particular way of drawing. Uh, I don't know what you call it, but sometimes they have like those little eyes where it's like two dots, like two circles, like two spiracles, like that, or they have like you know like like these eyes, or like these eyes from Yachio from Kaguya-sama. Um, I forget what else. Uh, I mean, I didn't really talk about the plot or anything. Sorry, I'm like kind of skipping around everything too. Um, but this is the best I can do. 2 weeks, 3 weeks after all the animes have finished. I also didn't take a lot of notes. I kind of got lazy uh, because I was watching like 3 episodes every night, um, and then writing 3 different things. I kind of got lazy, but that's besides the point. This was fun. It's like a 7 to 8 for me. The next one is you and I are polar opposites. Say hantai. Say hantai. Ne? Uh, this one was fun. Uh, oh, I guess to preface, I mean, it's not preface. It's 22 minutes in, but uh, I for all these animes, I read all of the mangas already, aside from Wash It All Away and Sentenced to Be a Hero. Everything else I've read before, so kind of had like what you call it, expectations going in to you and I are polar opposites. Um, but it was really good. I think this one's like a for for like a slice of life romance, like a maybe like an 8 for me. Oh, I completely forgot. Someone's B side. Will I recommend it? Um, I think I would recommend it, but you would have to have watched a lot of anime, and by a lot I mean maybe like 10 different animes before I recommend Taimon's B side. Um, because it feels like a lot more. I don't know how you call it. Uh, yeah. I mean, I'll just leave it at that. I feel like you should have a couple animes under your belt before like you actually get into it, unless if you are the type of person to, uh, like, how do you call it, like get into things really quickly. Um, but yeah. Uh, Say Hantai, you and I are polar opposites. This one was really fun. I enjoyed the manga. The manga has a lot of fun doodles, drawings. I don't know what you call them, but like caricatures of them, right? So like you have like the normal drawing, and then you have like freaking like goblin mode, like freaking goblin mode. What's her name? Uh, Suzuki, Miyu. Sorry, I'm cheating because I have the Annie list up. I like I didn't script this, but I did open all of them up beforehand so that I could easily just go through them and like say the people's names because I do not remember names at all. Uh, But this one was really fun. I was wondering how they were going to animate uh, the like her goblin mode, and I guess everybody else is, well, hers in particular, but they did a really good job. Um, and this was like Diabetes the anime, right? I guess spoilers. I guess I said that earlier, but they get into the relationship really fast, and then it's like about like the freaking what you call it, like butterflies in the stomach and whatever, right? Um, and it's fun to watch that, right? Uh, I don't really have any immediate thoughts off my head. It was just a fun anime. Um, I'd recommend it to any any person. You don't need to have anything under your belt for this one. It was just a fun one uh, to watch. Um, really funny. There were a lot of funny moments in there. Um, I believe the mangaka for this has one coming out right now for this season, spring 2026. The Ramparts of Ice, Ramparts in Your Heart, something like that. I forget what it's called, but I'm not watching that one this season. I already have like my new list or whatever, and I have too much right now. Um, maybe one day, but this was good. Uh, I don't really have much to specifically talk about on it. Sorry, I'm like ranting. You can skip like 4 minutes ahead or something, maybe. I don't know. Um, all the characters are fun. Um, that's it. Yeah, I'll just go to the next one. I can't think of anything. Sorry. Oshinoko season 3. Okay, this one I think it's like an 8 to a 9 for me, but like closer to an 8. Uh, I've read the manga for this. It's finished. I'm not gonna say anything in regards to the manga, uh, in case somebody watches this, because we're not complete yet. We're not finished or caught up on the anime yet. Um, but I will say the the biggest thought I had for this anime was that, okay, I forget my thought. I forget the like exact thought. It was either one or two. It was either this manga feels like it was made to be an anime, or this I think that was the thought. I think that was the thought. Because the other thought I was going to say was the anime feels better than the manga, or whatever. Um, like yeah, but I don't think it was that one. I think it was like the it feels like the manga was made to be an anime. Um, that was just like a random thought I had. I honestly don't have any like what do you call it, justifications as to why I say that. It's just because I personally enjoy the anime of this like a lot more than I enjoyed the manga for this. The manga was good still. Um, I will not comment on anything else aside from that. If in case if you're gonna watch or read the manga, but like from the manga adaptation up to this point, it's like the manga was like here, and then this is like here or whatever. It felt a lot better to watch than it to read. Um, and I feel like potentially that may be the case going into the next season. um, yeah, it's just these guys are suffering. These guys are doing stuff or whatever. I don't know how much of the actor stuff and the like industry and showbiz stuff that they talk about is true or not. Um, but I feel like I learned a little bit about it. Maybe there were several moments where I remember thinking, well, that's something like I never would have expected to happen or whatever. Like it was more the technical side. It wasn't more of the like paparazzi side or whatever. Um, but unrelated, but kind of related. But I remember watching one of Double F's stream like a really long time ago, and he was talking about how uh, he was doing like like him and his team was doing a sponsorship with some car company. I forget what the car company is, but I guess this is for like every car company. Like they were only allowed to take photos of the car in certain angles and things like that to like make it look good, I guess, right? Because it's marketing. Um, but they weren't allowed to take it like there were like certain rules where like you can't take it in certain things or whatever. I'm probably misremembering completely, but that's what I remember. And it kind of felt like that, where like uh, uh, watching some of this, I'm like, oh shoot, I never would have expected, I don't know, like showbiz or uh, actors or whatever to be like, to have the processes be like this. Um, um, I mean, I don't have much to say. Oh, oh, this is the season. This is the season uh, where Ruby finds out Aqua is Sensei. Um, and then no, I'm just, um, and then you got the freaking them clinging on each other and whatnot, and then you got the freaking Oshinoko Twitter posting about it. That's pretty funny. Um, I'm not a shipper by any means. Um, that's really all I have to say. I'm not a shipper by any means. I feel like for me, I mean, okay, I am a shipper in some instances, but I'm not a shipper in most instances. Um, sorry, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I guess I'm just gonna say, I don't know. I feel like a lot of like I don't know how you call it. I don't have a dog in the race. I don't have my horse on that racetrack, basically. Um, but I don't know why I'm saying but. Uh, but if Aqua gets with any of them, it is how it is, relationship wise. um, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's really it. It was just nice looking. It is not. It's nice to look at, and the plot is suffering. That's pretty much it. Um, I mean, it's not completely suffering. I am like diminutively saying that. Um, yeah, sorry. I'm like 12:58 a.m. I am zonked. Um, Sentenced to be a hero. This one, you can see me like scrolling, and you can probably hear me scrolling. Um, this one, I think, sits between a 7 and an 8 for me. Um, oh, Oshinoko season 3, would I recommend it? Yes, I would. If you've been watching the past two seasons, don't watch it. Um, I think it's just an anime you can recommend to like most people. Um, Sorry, I'm like sleepy. I was going to say for Oshinoko, I feel like if anime did not existed, would I be a like uh like Chinese or Korean drama watcher? Because my sisters, when I was young, they probably still do, watched a bunch of like live action drama. Is that what you call it? For like acting drama? They just watch a lot of drama. Um, that's pretty much it. And when I was a kid, I would always watch them because they used the TV. We only have one TV, and that's what I would watch. Uh, yes, and this is kind of like a drama. I mean, it is a drama. So if you if you put it in an anime or a manga, you can make me consume anything. Um, but Sentenced to Be a Hero, I think this is like a 7 to 8 for me. Would I recommend it? I think for a person who has not watched a lot of anime, I think I would recommend this. For a person who has watched a lot of anime, maybe. I think that's like a maybe. Um, and by a lot of anime, I mean like if you watch a lot of isekai, um, or like fantasy, or whatever you want to call this. Sorry, I can't think. It's like 1 a.m. Do not 10 years in the future come back on this and be like, this guy said the wrong thing. This is not a fantasy. This is actually a. Don't do that. Um, the reason why it's like a 7 to 8 for me was the animation was really good. Like I think the animation carries it a lot. Um, but the for me, so I guess there was like several things like for this particular show where it's like why is like being sentenced to be a hero, like why is that a punishment? There are like some other stuff like Teorita with like the goddesses, like what are these goddesses, where they come from, blah blah, and then like what is the demon blight and what is I forget what else there was. There's a bunch of other things, um, and it feels like a pretty typical uh, like journey adventure, right, of Misfits. I will say the characters are fun ish, uh, but they didn't really, I don't know how you call it. They did not tickle my pickle. I don't have a better analogy. I don't have a better description for it, but it didn't really intrigue me for the most part from for the beginning. The reason why it's like why I said like 2 and 8 is because the end was really interesting to me. Um, like the majority of this, like first, like I don't know, 8 episodes, is them just like dealing with problems and stuff like that. Um, and I'm not saying it was a bad way of how they did it. I feel like it's just once you watched, this is why like this is why I kind of said earlier, like if you haven't watched a lot of anime, I would recommend it. If you watched a lot, then maybe, um, because it feels like uh, it does not feel like a rehash, but it feels like a typical journey. And feel like I've read and watched a lot of this before, where it's like I don't know, I don't know what else to call it besides like, in my experience, this is kind of just like an average journey, um, and the end was when I was like, I think the last episode was when it raised my expectations a lot, and I feel like I would watch a season 2 of this, um, because what was it, the the artillery guy. I forget the artillery guy's name, but you find spoilers, I guess. But I guess you find out he's like a freaking uh, what do you call it? A demon lord, right? And then like that's against his own kind, and he's only doing it because he gets to like torture his own kind, uh, or whatever. Um, and then the the end sequence. I remember the end sequence with I forget her name, uh, with Patush, Kivia, with her and her uncle. That was really fantastic. I really enjoyed that. Um, and I mean that's really all I have to say. It's really good. It felt good. Um, it was really emotional, and the I don't know the action like can be felt. Um, I don't really have good words for it. But then what was it? You then like whatever that guy is, the guy with the glasses, and then the goddess that like can summon the book, uh, is like yeah. You want to be sentenced to be a hero or not or whatever, and then they like start explaining all that like lore dump, and it's like, oh shoot, so like this world is an isekai world, or well, this world, I'm probably like using that word incorrectly, but like people have been isekai to this world, um, like they've been summoned to this world to be a hero and do all that stuff, and now it's seen as a punishment. Holy crap! Because whatever. Um, but then it's like, okay, this may be my reading comprehension level. Uh, I was under the impression that what's this guy's name? I have to find this guy's name. I was under the impression that Dakrom, Kafzen Dakrom. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that horribly. But I was under the impression that guy was like bad, and he was like helping the evil in whatever like society, right? Like the freaking corrupt top people or whatever. I was under the impression that he was bad, but like I don't know how you say it. Not like bad, but like in a roundabout way, right? Um, but then at the end, it seems like he is good, question mark. Um, and it's like that book has like limitations of or whatever, like being sentenced to a hero. There's like a limited amount of heroes you can summon or something like that. Because each time the goddess brings you back, uh, she needs to like do it based on your memory or something like that. Sorry, can't can't think. But the ending was what made me like I'm like gaming like this, and then it's like gamer position. Oh shoot, and it's freaking going crazy now. The last episode was what really pulled me in. There was one particular episode, uh, where they were like in the city that they like I forget I forget the reason why they were in the city, but they were in the city, and then they this was the like so the I forget the particular episode where Kivia is and what's his name uh Xylo are like undercover, and like she's like I want to kill my husband to like run away with this man or whatever, and then I believe the next episode is when the fight happened. That fight felt really awkward to me. um like I don't know how you say it. Obviously they were fighting for a reason and stuff like that, like whatever. Uh, but the fight felt really awkward for some reason, and and again I have no justification as to why I felt that way. It just I was watching it and I was like, this kind of feels weird. Um, like to be flashy. Yeah, sorry, I don't have like proper justifications on that. Um, I probably have to rewatch it eventually. I don't rewatch animes a lot, um, but like, yeah, I don't know, it just felt odd to me. And there were a couple other odd moments where I was like, I don't know, this one just feels odd. Uh, but for the most part, it felt more average than odd. uh, I guess that's it. The last one was Freerun season two. It's also no Freerun season two. This one, uh, fantastic as always. I loved season one. Season two, this one was pretty good. Um, I think it's like an 8 to a 9 for me. Uh, Maybe not as high as a 9. By the way, like 10 for me is like perfect, like perfect. For the most part, or whatever. There can be like flaws and stuff like that. Uh, but um, I feel like it's a really hard bar for me. I feel like most of my tens I've watched were when I was a kid, when I was most impressionable. Now it feels like a lot more difficult for me to like feel like something's a 10. Um, Sorry, I was popping my ears. Aside from recently, maybe I'll do a different video or whatever. But this is like completely unrelated to Freerun. I don't know what I'm talking about it, but I guess this is just talking about anime. Um, but uh, Madoka Magica and then Rebellion, I feel like those are like Madoka Magica, maybe like a 9 for me, and then Rebellion feels like a 10 for me. Um, I think I've discussed this before. I think I've said this in the past, like different videos or like past videos. But like if you ask me for my favorite thing, I typically don't have a lot of favorite things. Like so if you ask me for like my favorite movie, like in the past, um, I could give you like my top movies, but I didn't have like a favorite that I would like recommend. Um, or well, I guess recommendation is different from like enjoying something. But for me, the Rebellion movie was like when I watched it, I was like, okay, this is my favorite movie. Like this is I don't know, this is like something I enjoy a lot. Um, but that's besides the point. Maybe I'll talk about that more in a different thing. Freerun, like 8, like an 8 to a 9. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I'd recommend it. I feel like you could put your grandma on this, and then she'd probably enjoy it. Probably. I feel like my sense of normality is probably like um, skewed with how much I've read and watched. But for well, obviously you should watch season one, but that doesn't need to be said. But season two was really fun. Um, the the flashbacks is how they get you. Um, I feel like they do their flashbacks really well. um, I don't really have much to say about this. I mean, it speaks for itself, kind of. And it's also 1:13. I just want to go to sleep. Um, for Fern and Stark go on a date. Very fun. Um, I mean, there, obviously there's a lot I could talk about, like specifically, like for example, the like them going on a date and then like Stark being worried about like it being good, and he thinks that like his idea of a date would be, or his idea of like going out would be horrible, and like not fun. So he asks Freeman like for things to do, right? And they go and do it, and then Fern is like, "What is wrong with you? What is going on? You do not like feel like you're whatever enjoying this and whatever." Um, and then Stark's like, Okay, maybe maybe Stark said that to Fern, or Fern said that to Stark. I forget. But then Stark is like, uh, he's like, was it? He wanted it to be. I mean, it is like a human thing, right? He wanted it to be good for like he wanted Fern to enjoy it. So he asked someone that like he think he thinks would like have a good idea on this. Um, and then I mean, there's just a bunch of like random small things. Uh, bridge guy, cool guy, beer guy, cool guy. Those are just fun stuff like that. Um, I don't really have. I mean, they're all just fun and nice and enjoyable. How do you pronounce her name? Methode? Freaking head pat monster. Uh, yeah. I don't have any like. It was just good. That is. Sorry, I'm lacking in justifications. Um, I guess I do not speak this much, so I'm losing my voice. Uh, I am looking forward to the next arc and the arc after that. Uh, I wish the manga would come off hiatus because holy crap, I enjoy this manga a lot. Um, yeah, I think that's it. I mean, there's a lot I could say about all these animes I talked about. Like if I like actually thought about them. Um, but I tried smashing like 7 of these in, and it's already 52 minutes, and I half of it is probably just me flubbering about. Um, I think that's it. I'm looking forward to season or spring 2026. Um, I'll do it here because I don't want to do like a separate thing. But Akane Banashi, Agents of the Four Seasons, Need a Girl Overdose, Kanan, Witch Hat Atelier, I Want to End This Love Game, ReZero, Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku, and then Botan. That's what I'm watching this season. And I'm also watching K-On! Uh, I'll probably watch a lot more aside from K-On!, but that's what I'm watching right now. A lot of the uh, spring ones are like, uh, what do you call it? Sequels. So Slime, Classroom Delete, all this stuff, and some of them I haven't watched. Like I haven't watched any of the Slime anime, but I've read like I was caught up 6 months ago, but I'm not caught up anymore probably. There's Marriage Toxin that I was considering watching. There's a bunch of stuff. Ramparts of Ice. Uh, yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff I was considering watching. Liar Game. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they like finally made an anime for Liar Game. I feel like I should watch Liar Game maybe. Um, it's been so long I don't remember anything from that manga. Uh, Petals of Reincarnation. I don't think I watched that, but I remember reading the manga a really long time ago. Rent a Girlfriend season 5. The only thing I know is that they animated that scene. That's that's what I'm aware of for this season. Um, yeah, there's a lot. Freaking a lot of the mangas are become. I mean, a lot of mangas are becoming anime. Obviously, not all of them, but there was like a particular set during this like couple of years. Uh, the klutzy class monitor and the girl was a short or whatever. Um, that one Kanan, Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku. There's like several more. Smoking Behind the Gas Station or whatever it's called. There's a bunch where it like felt like I want like they came out like during a specific time and now they're all like getting animated. It's cool to see. Really, really romance heavy. Holy crap, I'm sleepy. But I think the one I'm really looking forward to this year, this semester, this season, is Botan. Kamina Botan. Botan Kamina. Kamina? I don't know how to pronounce it. Fully blossoms when drunk. Maybe I'll make a different thing on that. Like a whatever, but that's really it. Freaking yeah. That's it. Good night.